anything.
Okay.
Can you hear us now?
Oh, we're here.
Hi, Sandy.
We're just. Where's the mouse? I don't know.
I don't
Maybe it
know.
finally died.
Oh, dear. Oh, and I have a hard time with these things.
Well, you don't have to do much with it for
I know.
this. I don't know. I think the mouse
Poor
is
Barb.
finally dead.
Poor Barb.
Unplug that thing. The whole thing and try again.
1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the hole? Come on.
Did you almost say the F word? Sounded like it. There you go. Oh my goodness. Here we are,
I do
fumbling
not say
through
the
life.
F. Good morning, Barbara. Good morning, Joe.
It's
Good
not
morning,
happening.
Pat.
You gotta get over it. It's not happening.
Hi,
Sorry.
Illinois. Just give it to me so I can make believe.
No, because then you're gonna keep clicking. I turned it off. You can't have it. It doesn't work.
Just take my mouse away.
Because it doesn't work. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Okay.
All right, I'll have to use
Let's
this.
try this. Listen, join us.
Hi guys. We are here for you. Not for us. For
No,
you.
I mean those of us that don't use a mouse.
Oh,
You'll like it.
I hate using the pad.
You have to though. It's the way it is. So
I get
just get over it.
Friday fun day. Yes, Cheryl, it's Friday fun day.
Oh,
right?
you know what? And I'm still wondering why you guys keep coming back
Me
for this
too.
nonsense, but here you are.
Yep.
So, I mean, I know why some of you are here. You just can't get enough of us.
And this morning they're so excited about our mouse conversation.
There is nothing more riveting. There was an episode of Sex and the City where Carrie wasn't dating anybody, so she was like running out of ideas for her article, and she was like, "I wrote an article about French fries," and I'm like, "That's how I feel sometimes when we're here. Like, want to talk about the mouse that isn't working?"
There you go.
So I
You
have
sparkly eyeshadow on today. It's so pretty.
I do, and I will have sparkly eyeshadow on for the next month because once you put glitter on you,
It
it
never
never
goes
goes away. So there is
It
glitter
looks
in my
nice.
soul. Thank you. So I think we're just gonna chat today because I have a bunch of things to update you on, and I did get something in the mail that I wanted to show you from Miss Linda. Is Linda Shell here? I don't know if she's here. But Linda sent me these, and she sent me a little note that says, "Who says bats and spiders can't be purple for Halloween? Nobody that I know." And look at these. She embroidered them for me. I love this. I have never seen freestanding lace embroidery that makes me like so excited. Like usually because it's like angels for Christmas trees, and it's fine.
I made a poinsettia.
Did you make a poinsettia?
I did.
I've never done freestanding lace, but how cute are these? Oh, and
Those
also,
are adorable.
this is from Artis,
Oh,
in case
dear.
Artis is here.
Oh, dear.
I'm really sorry about last week when I kept showing Barb things and then putting them on the table. I was getting really excited and I kept forgetting to hold things up for you. So Artis was like, "Just hold them up for a second so that we can see them." And so she was very, very gracious and corrected me. And she said, "I'm not trying to be that person." I was like, "You're not." But sometimes I'm like, "Oh, Barb, look." And then I forget.
And then we forget.
We forget that you guys are here too. Because we're just wrapped up in a conversation. But how cute are these? These are going to go with my like ornament collection over in my little corner. My little corner has a lot of stuff for a corner. But they're just so cute.
And
So
stuff that you can't put on here.
it's
You can't
most
do a-
well, not all of it. Some of it
Some
is
of it.
but most of it, yeah. Most of it is F words and bad things.
Yeah.
But that's fine. It makes me happy. So thank you, Linda, if you're watching. That was very nice.
Glitter is the herpes of the craft world.
Dude, you're not wrong. Because once one person gets it, y'all get it. You're not wrong. If you are a person that paints their nails and you've ever put glitter nail polish on, you know what a nightmare it is to take off. It's not any different when it's glitter eyeshadow. And the only reason that it's on my face, it was not my intention this morning. I had an eyeshadow palette and I was like, "What's this color?" And as soon as I touched it, it started and I'm like, "Ugh, it's glitter." And now I have no choice because it's all over my hands.
The color.
And I put it on and now it's going to be everywhere. I will wash my face tonight and it will still be like on me over the weekend. It's annoying because it just doesn't come off.
You know what I find interesting? Your color palette of your makeup matches your hair these days.
Well, yeah. That's just one of the quirky things about me.
I know. But I love it. It looks good.
Thank you. I'm getting my hair recolored on Monday do
Are
my
you?
to touch up my roots and to maybe go a touch less on the orange side. There are mornings I wake up that I feel like Chucky from Child's Play, so I'd like to just
You
tone
wanna
it a smidge more towards coppery brown than,
Yeah.
you
I think it's
hey, it's
gotten lighter
Chucky.
since
Oh, it
yeah,
has because it's
because you
faded.
yeah,
It's faded
yeah.
for sure. But that is not why we're here. That's
Oh,
not why we're
to talk
not
about
here to
your
talk
hair.
about my hair and my glitter eyeshadow. Believe it or not. So I don't need that. I wanted to start with something that I wasn't sure if I was allowed to talk about, and by allowed to, because it's not something that's very well publicized, but it was something that I don't know where to start. I love when companies don't throw it in your face that they are like charitable and make donations.
Mhm.
I appreciate when these big corporations donate to charities, and especially when they donate locally. Like they're not, there's nothing against big charities, but like how many times are they donating to the same ones over and
Right,
over?
right.
So when the companies are like, let's donate where we are locally,
Mhm.
and when they don't talk about it and throw it in your face and be like, we're charitable, we're wonderful. I
Yeah.
love that. And so my friend Darlene, her daughter Michelle, works for Spirit Halloween. And I had donated some earrings, like some of the Halloween earrings. You guys, I probably figured out I like Halloween. Like this is my season.
Yeah.
And so she sent me a card, and it's a very funny little card with the cat on it. And she just said the earrings were a huge hit with the staff. They bought them. We put all the money towards SOC. So what is SOC? I just wanted to kind of share this because I love that they do this. And when we were having this conversation, when Darlene told us, none of us even knew this. None of
Yeah.
us were aware that
Yeah.
this was a thing. So her daughter, she sent me a text because I was like, I want to talk about it, but I wasn't sure if it was like totally secret. But so she said it's called Spirit of Children, so SOC. All spirits donate 100% of their donations to local children's hospitals, and ours goes to Albany Med, to the children's unit. And I printed a little thing off I won't read the whole thing, but Spirit of Children brings fun and funding to local hospitals at Halloween and all year round through monetary donations to support child life, and by providing costumes, accessories, decorations, and most everything needed for a Halloween party, including volunteers. And I know because we were talking about it, and I was like, I love dressing up for Halloween. If they ever need volunteers,
Yeah.
I will totally dress up. And I just think that would be so much fun because I love dressing up for Halloween, but like we don't get trick or treaters. I don't know about
No,
you. We don't have
no.
sidewalks, so we don't get trick or treaters.
Our house is too far apart and it's dark.
Yeah, well, we don't have street lights
Yeah,
and we don't have
don't either.
sidewalks. So they go
Yeah.
to like the
Nope.
fancy neighborhoods around the corner.
Yeah.
So I dress up for Halloween for nobody. 'Cause, but it says that their mission is to make hospitals less scary for kids and families through their support. Since 2007, this blew me away. They have raised over $110 million.
Wow.
And they don't talk about it. Like they don't advertise this. They just kind of do it on the DL, and they're
Yeah.
just like, we're just a nice company, no problem. But if you have a Spirit Halloween near you, just know that they are donating to a local children's charity,
Yeah.
to hospitals, and they're doing this. And if you have the chance, like sometimes they'll have raffles and they'll have different things. I donated earrings because I was like, would they want those? Like, would they sell them? Would they be able to do something with it?
Mhm.
So if you're looking for something charitable to do, or if you just did not know that, like I didn't, I wanted to share that because I
Yeah.
just thought it was a pretty cool thing.
Mhm.
And you go to like the grocery store and they're like, do you want to round up and donate to something? Listen, I have no issue with St. Jude's or
Yeah.
Cancer Society or anything like that. But also, everybody donates to those bigger companies, which is
Mhm.
fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not. But when you know that like my donation went locally, and it could be
Yeah.
helping someone that I might know and might not even
Exactly.
realize,
Yep.
it's different. So that's all. I just wanted to say that. And I asked Darlene, and she was like, Michelle said, yes, talk about it. So I wanted
That's
to talk
cool.
about that. So if you happen to be shopping at your Spirit Halloween, if you have one near you, ask them about it or see what they're doing because it makes a difference, and that just makes me happy. So let's see. I wrote all these things down and then I didn't put them in any order. So I'm just going off. I'm just going. Do you have a question?
Yeah. What is the name of the backpack pattern behind Jess with the black zipper overlay?
It's the Laney backpack. Yes.
Look at that. You don't even have to look.
I know, because I already saw that Shelly answered. So
Oh.
I don't mind answering, but
Oh.
it's really distracting because I don't always know which ones you guys are pointing at. So, okay. Let me see here. So this just a little reminder because it's getting to be that time of the year where everybody is buying things and getting ready for holidays and craft shows and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes you might have questions for us. Please, for the love of all things holy, stop messaging me through social media. I'm
Oh.
begging you, please. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not just because, I just didn't hate it. I'm on social media. Yes. We've said this before. Barb has even dealt with this, not only with her business, but we
Yeah.
both dealt with it personally. Facebook, Instagram, all of them, they lose our messages. That you get your phone is like, hey, you have a notification, and then you go to find it and you can't find it.
Yeah.
So if you truly want a message from me, you want information from me, your order status, finding that out through Facebook Messenger is really not a great place. If you message me personally, I will never see it. If you message the business, there's an automated message for a reason because I don't check there. I don't check those messages. Literally, the only person who sends me messages on a regular basis is my husband. He sends me stupid videos that he finds. And half the time I don't read them. And then he asks me if I saw it. And I'm like, no, because I run my business through the website and through email. So if you want an answer from us, please message us there. Or, and this is not meant to sound snarky or snotty, but just remember, Barb is here limited time to ship orders. I am here usually doing 15 other things and I'm always behind on something. Right now, I'm still behind on trying to get ready to leave. I'm leaving on Tuesday. If you have ordered something that is out of stock or a template, the information's on the website. So if you ordered a template a week ago, please don't email me to ask me where it is because it probably hasn't shipped yet because they're made in house. It's a process. That's why there's a time frame on the website. If you ordered something with an estimated back order, date of like October, it's September. Chances are it's not here yet. So
The
just
keyword is estimated.
and it's estimated
Yeah.
because here's another fun thing that I didn't find out until 2 weeks before it happened. The quirk manufacturer I work with is shut down right now. They're shut down for like another week. Why? Because they're allowed to. They're on vacation. They do I saw a pen. They do not group. They're not like on a cruise together. They're in Jamaica together.
Yeah.
They do it like national holidays. Like they take vacation as a unit. They will
Yeah, they all
shut
get the same time
factories
off.
down because, and I don't know how it works in Portugal or anywhere else, but it's probably easier than trying to figure out everybody's vacation schedules. We're shut down for this amount of weeks. Go live your life, enjoy yourself. We'll see you when we get back. So I don't even have the opportunity to order cork right now. I don't have, like, it's not an option because they're gone. They're on vacation. They'll come back when they come back. And as much as I think they like me, they don't really care about my wants and needs when they're going on vacation. I was the last order out the door and they were like, see you in the end of September. So sometimes I don't have control over things. I can only control myself. I can only
Can you?
control, and we can only control when an order goes
You
out.
control yourself?
No, we can control when orders are shipped, but we don't have any control over the post
No.
office. It's gonna get to that time of the year. It's coming. It's the middle of September already, where things are gonna get delayed and things are gonna happen. I can assure you with 100% certainty, and I rarely ever can say that. Yelling at me via email will not change the post office and make your package get there sooner.
No.
It just ruins my day and makes me feel like garbage. So let's just try to be kind and understand and apply this towards every business that you work with. We are busting our butts. So if you're like, hey, I have a question about an order or I have a question about something I'm unsure of, send me an email. You're guaranteed to get an answer. And check your spam folder before you also say that I never answer your emails. Check your spam folder. Also, the only emails that I don't answer are the ones that don't contain questions and are just pure hatred. Not going to answer those. So I think that's fair. We all have boundaries. So I'm just letting you know, getting a hold of me on Facebook, not going to happen. Asking a question about your order on a thread like this,
Yeah, really.
not a great place to do it. And this is going to come to a shock to a lot of you. I am a human being. I do own a business, but I am a human being. And sometimes I like to enjoy my family or take naps or have a bite to eat without my phone in front of me. So just be kind. That's all. That's literally all that I'm asking from any of you. and pass the word around. So that was that. Okay. I'm trying to hold off on on one of these. So, and I of course put it first. I'm trying to
Oh,
hold
yeah.
off on it.
Mhm.
Okay. So let's talk about So Magical because that's where I'm headed next week. So I will be there. We set up on Thursday and then we'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It is my intention because I didn't do the best job for the last two shows. I'm gonna try to vlog the whole thing again, like from start to finish, like we did last year when we went to Florida. Um, my mom knows the drills, so she's pretty used to it. So does Eric, but we just kind of got distracted. And Tennessee, I had the dogs. That is my excuse
Yeah.
forever and always. Although Eric thinks we should take them with us more. I'm not so sure how I feel about that. It will probably happen twice next year.
Probably.
But whatever. So I'm going to try my absolute best. If I start it from the beginning, I'm usually good about like keeping it going the whole week.
Mhm.
So I'm going to try. If there's anything else specifically that you want to see, like I'm planning on doing a little like vendor tour. I'm planning on like trying to get some, things in classes and stuff. But if there's something specific that you want to see, let me know and I'll do the best that I can. Sometimes we get busy, which busy is good, but
Mhm.
that means that I don't always have time to, do all the stuff. So Magical, I had more free time. So I was able to do like little reels every day. I'm going to try really, really hard because I know that a lot of you are like, I want to go, but I can't go, or I'm missing. I wish I could go. So if there's something you want to see, let me know. I'm definitely going to do my best for you. And speaking of So Magical, if you are going, or if you are on the fence, or whatever the case may be, um, today at 8 o'clock is shut off for classes. Everything, all the classes, all the like everything is getting shut down because it starts in a week. If there's something you want, or if you're thinking about signing up for a class, like this is your moment. Go do it, sign up, end of story, because you don't have any more time after today. You can sign up at the show. They have done that for every show in the past. But if you want to, if you're planning something and you don't want to miss out, because you could miss out, you could end up wanting a class and saying, well, I had openings last
Mhm.
week and now it doesn't. So if that's on your agenda, I would get on that today. Like sooner than later. It said Eastern because we're all Eastern. So 8 p.m. tonight, Eastern, shut down. So I wanted to tell you that. Also, speaking of classes, this was
Mm.
my little sample because I was throwing together miscellaneous pieces I had left over from kits. Some of you are
Mm.
so kind. You're like,
Yeah, they were.
it's cute. I like it. It's scrappy. And I'm like,
Oh,
guys,
yeah,
I
really.
wasn't asking for praise on this. This wasn't supposed to look nice. Like there was no
Uh-uh.
intention of this. It was just supposed to show you like it's for the finishing steps. But it was leftover pieces from all the other kits that I was putting together and the cork I was cutting. And some
What a
of you are
wonderful
just
combination.
you're too nice. You're like, no, it's not bad. And I'm like, I didn't need praise.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
I like the scrappy idea. I do think the scrappy idea is fun. This would
Not
not
that
be my
combination.
brand of scrappy between the flowers, the cats, the plaid, and the paisley. Would not be mine. If it's yours, that's fine. But this is definitely not mine and clearly not Barb's from her reaction. But some of you are just so funny because you're like, no,
I
it's
know, I saw
good. And I'm
that.
like,
It was funny.
guys, come on. But when I hold this
Oh,
up in
Shari's got it.
class,
It's an orphan wallet.
it is an orphan wallet. Aw. But when I hold this up in class and I'm like, do you see the cat right here? Do you see
Well,
this
that's how it-
pocket?
yeah.
Then you're like, yes. I used to have a sample that was camouflage and orange. It was a whole story. But I used that sample and people were like, I love that because I can tell
can
exactly
tell.
what you're talking about. It was something that was made for somebody and it fell through, reasons I
That
don't
part of
like
it's a
making
really good
custom
idea.
orders. So, yeah, sometimes it has to be hideous in order to work.
Yeah.
So I finally, after this will be the third time I've taught this year alone. I'm like, I should make some step outs and prepare myself. This is also the biggest Sydney class I have.
How many are in it?
I think, well, because my cap is always 40 because of the
Mhm.
seating. I think the last time I looked, we had 25, which
Wow.
usually, this is what's funny. Tennessee and Texas, Sydney was on the lower end. The boxy pouches were more.
Oh.
And so
okay.
this time we're like way over that number. I think we might be even close to 30 at this point for this one.
Christmas is coming. Maybe.
Christmas, that's true. Then I did the daybreak last year in Florida, so
Mhm.
maybe they know me as a wallet person and want to do. I don't know. I don't
Who
know.
knows?
I don't know. I will also be in Nicole's Sorona class helping her because we were talking last night and she was like, "When's your class?" And I was like, "I know where this conversation's going." She goes, "Do you need help?" And I said, "No, do you?" I would love some help. So if you're taking Nicole's class from Sonar, I will be there too. I've also never made that pattern, but we just wing it. She goes, "Yeah, you'll be fine. I'll take all the help I can get." So,
Marilyn has a question.
oh, ask away, please.
With all these kits being cut out, I'm hoping you'll be offering scrap bags soon.
Well, we just offered scrap bags
Not long
a
ago.
month ago.
Maybe
A month
yeah.
ago. So we will probably, then we have the open house coming up in October. We will probably not have scrap bags until the end of the year, but it's hard
No
to say.
promises.
Well, because it takes so
Mhm.
long to get all the scraps together. And we just went through and we already have a box full again.
Yeah.
And then another box started. So, possibly before Christmas, but I can't promise you anything right now. It's just one of those things. It just kind of takes a while to accumulate everything. So be on the lookout. I try to let you know before they go up just so that they're available. They always go to the Patreons first because Patreons get everything first. And because we have an in-person event, if we have any for October, they'll be going to the in-person event. There's a lot of different places that I have to put myself and be kind to different groups of people and make priority. And it gets really stressful. Don't stress me out.
Really?
I
Don't
want
stress her out
I want
anymore.
everybody to be the one that gets everything, but sometimes it can't be that way. So
Don't get stressed.
I'm not.
Relax.
Listen, Marilyn is lovely and she's not yelling at me, and I
No,
understand that,
uh-uh.
but somebody will.
question.
Someone will, because they always do. That's what
Oh,
we were talking
well.
about yesterday when
Mhm.
Kayla was live. She was like, so magical, went so insanely smooth. She goes, "I'm always waiting." And it's not reassuring, but it's kind of like, well, it's nice to know that I'm not alone, that it's not like you're not a target, that you like,
Mhm.
but it also kind of stinks that we all feel that way. But she was like, I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. I was waiting for someone to be like, "I hate this. This is terrible." She goes, "Because you never get the good feedback at the moment. You get that later when they're like, 'Oh, I had a great time 6 months ago.'" She goes, "Everybody was so happy and they were having fun." She goes, "I just kept waiting for someone to be mad." It's like, because that is the world that we live in. And I was like, I understand what you're talking about. We were both kind of waiting for that. It's sad. It's really sad.
It is.
Okay. So last thing, and then we're gonna talk about the big thing. We're going for it. So I had a 2-day class this weekend and we were chatting, and it was a group of people that I definitely knew would tell me the truth. So they would be honest about it and not sugarcoat it and just tell me what I wanted to hear, which unfortunately sometimes that's the people in my life. I'm like, I appreciate you, but just be honest with me. So we were talking about the format for the 2 and 3 day little mini retreats. I call them mini retreat because I feel like a retreat is anytime you get to set up and leave your machine for a day or two. So Barb's are like actual retreats. There's food and hotels and things involved. Ours are just like little mini, you're hanging out in my classroom for like 2 or 3 days. So we decided that it would be smart, and I have been kind of on the fence about this, to make any of the 2-day or 3-day little mini retreat classes on my website open to whatever you want to work on. So my 1-day classes, the classes that are like 5 hours, you can pick any project of mine that you want, any bag. You could even make a quilt if you want to. I don't care. My pattern, because it's dedicated to So Many Creations patterns. So you do all your prep work, because who wants to pay to be in a class to stand at a cutting table, right? So do all your prep work. You come in, I assist you as much or as little as you need. Some people just like to get out and make friends and socialize. Some people are like, I've been working on this project and I'm at a point that I'm stuck. Help me. So those are not going to change. But going forward, I mean, starting literally at the next one, which is October something or other, any time that you are in any of my 2 or 3 day mini retreats, And this is the same format for the virtuals, which it has been. You can work on anything you want to. You can work on someone else's pattern. You can work on a quilt. You want to knit? I don't care. You want to make an article of clothing? We're here. You have the space. You have your table. You can work on whatever you want. The only caveat to that, I can't always answer the questions. If you're working on a garment, I'm not the person to answer your questions. If you're working on someone else's bag pattern, we can try and work through it together, but I don't know all the bag patterns. And this is the one example I always give. I was doing one of these at Log Cabin pre-COVID, and Judy F was there, and she said, "This isn't your pattern, but it's a bag pattern I've had for a while. Could you help me? I'm confused." The two of us tried to analyze, and we couldn't figure it out. I said, "My best guess is that this is what they mean. I don't know if that's right." She said, "I'll go with it. Let's see."
Yeah.
In the end, it was wrong. It still worked. She made it work, but it was wrong. I don't know how everybody else writes a pattern, and I don't know what their intention is. So if you were here working on Barb's bag patterns, I don't know her patterns. You know what I mean? So I'll look at it and say, well,
Yeah.
this is my best guess, but I make you no promises. So if you were thinking about joining us for one of the weekends and you're like, I just don't know if I want to make bags the whole weekend.
Yeah.
I really wanted to get away and make this quilt I've been working on. Go for it. And I did change the description on the website. It's all updated. So you are free to be
That's a
you
good
and
idea.
do what you want. I thought it was a good idea. They all agreed with me. You know,
If I
Judy,
have time,
another
maybe I'll
Judy.
come now,
You
'cause
should.
I'm not
Another.
bad.
We have many Judys, but
Yes, we have a lot of
Judy
Judys.
was like, I will be honest with you because I always am. And she was like, I think that's a fantastic idea. And I was like, sold, done.
Mhm.
So that is how that is. And that's going to be the way that it is going forward. And what we were talking about you and your retreats, because
Mhm.
those people that come to your retreats don't expect you to help them.
Mhm.
Like they're not
No.
there
They
for
ask,
you.
but
They
don't
ask,
expect me to
but they're not
know.
like, hey Barb, here, I brought this pattern,
Yeah,
help me out.
yeah.
And even when we've co-hosted them,
Mhm.
some people there don't make, they're like, I'm working on wool applique. And I'm
Yeah.
like, go ahead, have a blast. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, don't ask me anything.
Don't- I haven't done it in a long
Makes me
time,
itch.
but it makes me itch. It makes me itch. But it's, I want people to come and use the studio and enjoy themselves and not feel limited. I'm going to still limit the 1-day classes because, I have to
That
have
makes sense.
I have to have some, like some
But
boundaries
that makes
here.
sense,
So, okay. So good. I'm glad it makes sense. But I wanted to tell you that I don't know where you guys all are. I don't know if you plan on coming here or not. I don't know what your plan is if you are coming here. But now you know that you have more options.
Mhm.
We also were talking about private retreats because I do have the studio rented out for a weekend for a private retreat. That's also an option. If you are like, listen, I don't really like anybody outside of my own friend group, and I just want, there are 6 of us that want to take your space and not have anybody else around. That doesn't bother me at all. Like, just email
Yeah.
me and we'll set that up. So, okay.
It's good
Um,
for it to get used.
it's good because we have the tables, we have the
Yeah.
chairs, we wanted to get used. We have cam snaps, we have a t-shirt press. We used that over the weekend. Christy was having an awful time with one piece that did not want to stick, and I was like, put it in the t-shirt press.
Mhm.
So we have all that stuff that's here. I even have 3 machines that you can borrow. I have 2 HD9s here. I have a third one at home, and I have a domestic here.
Mhm.
So if that's something that you are like, I don't want to bring a machine, you don't have to. So, okay. The big thing, the big one,
thing.
the big thing,
Drum roll.
holiday swap. Because it's that time.
It's that time of year again.
How is it September
I don't
15th?
know.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the holiday swap. And I'm going to talk to you as if we've never done one before and you know nothing, because I want to just remind everybody of like the rules of the swap and invite anybody that hasn't done it before to join us. And so if you don't know anything, you don't have to. I'm going to give you all the information right now. So I'm going to be giving you some dates. You're going to want those dates. Only one of them is really important for today because it's the date that I need information from you. When the emails get sent, all the other stuff will be reiterated in it. So what is the holiday swap? It is a secret Santa holiday kind of a swap. We don't call it Christmas because we're all inclusive of all holidays. There's many of them. So it's a holiday time end of year swap. It is a secret. So we're just going to say, Bar, I pulled the names and Barb is who I'm making something for.
Mhm.
Barb is not making something for me. We don't swap this way.
No.
I'm making something for her. She's making something for somebody else. But up until we get the presents, Barb doesn't know that I'm making it for her. It's a secret. I am allowed to ask questions. If you're on social media, if you're in the Facebook group, by all means, a lot of people like they would post like, "Hey, swap partner, if you were picking between these two fabrics, which one do you like?" And you're hoping that Barb or whoever your partner is like, "I love the blue one." And you're like,
Mhm.
"Yes, that's the one I was going to use." So you try to put little hints out there. You can show little snippets of what you're doing. I try not to show the finished bag because you want your
Yeah.
partner to see it first, but you can ask questions. There was a lot of that last year. A lot of like, "Hey partner, do you have any allergies? I make handmade soap." Or, do you like gunmetal or rose gold?
Mm.
And so you can always ask those questions. You may or may not get an answer from your partner. You may have to just kind of go with the flow.
Mhm.
So that being said, when it comes to the swap, there's not a lot of rules. Most of the rules more apply to the kindness of being a stranger to somebody, the kindness that we need to put out there in the world. You may get a partner whose sewing skills are not the same as yours. You also may
Mhm.
get a partner that doesn't have the same budget as yours.
Mhm.
We are not here to bash anybody. We are not here to make anybody feel bad. We are here to praise as much as we can the person
Yeah.
that made us something because they took their time and their money and their skills and they made you something.
Mhm.
So the only thing that you have to provide for your partner, one single solitary item, one of my bag patterns. I do have free patterns. I also have things that are not necessarily bags, like we have little trays as a free thing. There's the
Mhm.
store it things. So any type of bag adjacent item, one of them has to be from my pattern. Aside from that, you can make your partner 5 other things or 0 other things.
Mhm.
You can make them a bianni pattern. You can make them a little table runner. The sky is the limit. I do not set a budget on this because it's a very
Yeah.
hard thing to do. And also, it's a very hard thing to justify. If I put a number on it, how do
Yeah.
I know how much you actually spent on some? That's a weird thing to do. So
Yeah.
just know you might be the most generous, wealthy person in the world, and you make your swap partner 15 things. You have a lot of free time. And the person that made you something is on a budget and has a bunch of things going on in their life, and they just can't, and they made you one bag. Be grateful, be courteous, be kind about it. If you are on social media, please, please make it your obligation to post something and say, "Thanks, Barb.
Yeah.
I love everything you made. It's amazing. I'm
Mhm.
absolutely so excited. These are great." If you're not, you can always send me a picture and I can post it on your behalf. Most of the people that seem to join the swap are in the Facebook group, but
Yeah.
that is not a requirement. A lot of you are here on YouTube and you're not, and that's totally fine. So one of the biggest drawbacks, everybody's they well, I want to, but I don't really sew that well. I guarantee you sew better than you think
Yeah.
you do. I guarantee it. And also, I have not once had somebody be unkind or rude. I will tell you right now, that block button is, I'm hovering right over it. As soon as you say
Yeah,
something,
exactly.
you're out. So we don't do that. We're here to do nice things for each other because as makers, no one ever makes us anything. Like it's very rare
Yeah.
that people are like, "Here's a purse for you." I mean, I have really cool things. Oh, also Judy made me this.
Oh.
Isn't that cool? So you can carry
Judy.
you can carry your drink and have your money in it. So
Oh.
people do make me things. I should stop saying they don't. But like in general, as makers, like when was the last time somebody made you a quilt? You know what I mean? Like it's
I don't
not
think anybody's ever made
it's
me a quilt.
right. It's not something because what's the excuse? Well, you could just make it yourself.
You
Well,
make it
I know
yourself.
that. But getting a handmade gift is
Yeah.
awesome. So that is your only obligation. You make one single so many creations item to give to
Mhm.
this person, and from there you do whatever else you want. We have people that include dog toys, they
Yeah.
include cat toys, snacks. From the different regions, we all live in different areas. So, for us, we might find something that's like a New York thing, and we're like, here, this is
Like
one of our
Saratoga- what
locally
is it?
made
Saratoga Sweets.
Saratoga
that
sweets
makes
or
the peppermint pig.
the peppermint pig, and you get a little hammer, and it's
You
really
break the
kind of
pig.
brutal, but whatever. there's so many things. Some people embroider and like to embroider little things. There is no limitation beyond the one item. So don't feel like I don't have it in my budget. You have to
Yeah.
budget for one item and you can pull everything from your stash and you
Right.
have to budget for shipping. And the shipping has to have tracking. You have to have
Mhm.
tracking. I do ask that you send me the tracking and just say, "Hey, I sent my item. Here it is." So what do I need from you? By 9/29. That is a Friday. That's my wedding anniversary too.
Aw.
So 2 weeks from today, I need you to send me an email. And please, please put down whatever you're touching right now. Listen, because please make my life easier. Please, I'm begging you. Send me one email and include the information I need. Because if you send me a bunch of emails, it takes me longer to send it to your swap partner. What I do is the computer does this. I take your email and I forward it so it has all your information. So in that email, you're going to include your name, that's helpful, and your address. If you have a P.O. box, if you have a physical address and a P.O. box, include them both because who knows which way your partner is going to ship. They ship UPS or they ship post. If you have one address, that's fine. But if you have a mailing address and like a UPS kind of an address, give us both of them. Please make sure that that information is number one. My name is Jessica Vandenberg. This is my address. Done. Okay. We already have your email. That's fine. And no one's going to email you anything. Add on to that things that you like, things that you don't like. I like carrying big bags. I hate backpacks. I do not like the color red, whatever it may be, to make sure that you get something that makes you happy, right? So we want to tell our partner there's no such thing as too much information. I mean, we don't need to write an autobiography here, but Barb's is going to say she likes the color aqua and she likes medium-sized bags and she doesn't usually do crossbodies, but she likes a longer shoulder strap. Am I right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know her
This
pretty
girl
well.
knows me.
So she's going to include that. Barb might also throw in there, not really a big fan of backpacks because she's never really worn one. Or don't bother making me a wallet because the massive wallet I have from 1975 is never going to be replaced because none of my wallets are big enough for her. So these are things that you should know because if somebody made her a beautiful wallet, she's not going to use it. So include this. You can also say, I enjoy baking and I have 2 dogs because your partner might want to include something that has to do with your other hobbies. Tell them a little bit about yourself, especially what you like and don't like on bags. And I do the best job that I can to give you a different partner because some of you have done this. This is our 4th year,
Yeah.
which is crazy. This is a random thought I had one night and I was like,
I
what do
know.
you guys think? And you all said yes. And last year we had 40 some people do
know.
it. And I was like,
Yeah.
holy moly. So I'm anticipating we're going to have a good amount this year. I am going to do everything I possibly can to not give you a partner you've had in the past. But let's be honest here, Jessica's not that organized. And sometimes she forgets. Sometimes it sticks out in my head because certain things remind me of that. But sometimes, I have no idea who you've had before. But I know that Shelly and Joe Evans were partners
Yeah.
one year because they talked about it at the retreat. So
Yeah.
it's I just don't always remember. And I know what you're thinking. Why don't you write stuff down and keep it? Whatever. Because who
How
wants to
many
do
more
that?
lists can you have?
How many more post-it notes does one person need? So I will do my best, but you might get what, but you won't know until it's all done. And maybe that person
Yeah.
will be really excited to be like, oh my God, I made something for you 3 years ago. How exciting.
Exactly.
Right? You're going to be excited about it. So let's do it one more time. Listen, by 9/29, which is 2 weeks from today, somewhere between today and then, there's no exceptions. Please don't send it to me 2 days late and be like, sorry, I've already started the process. Please work with me here. So you're going to send me an email and you're going to say, this is my name and this is my mailing address. And these are all the things I like. And these are the things I don't like. And this is something about me personally. And the more information you give us, the better. And then I'm going to take all those, I'm going to swap them up and I'm going to send them to your partner. You will end up getting your email by the 4th of October. You don't have to remember that right now. The only date you need to remember is 9/29. In the email, I will include when you need to ship it out by, what you need to do. Don't forget tracking. I will also give you a coupon code because I'm so nice. And so you can take that coupon code and buy things for your partner or buy something for yourself. I don't care. You don't even have to use it, but I give you a little coupon code. It's a little incentive. I am literally just the host of this. It does nothing for me. It means nothing except watching you guys make new friendships. I'm not benefiting from this in any way. I just enjoy it. It's fun. I do not participate ever. I'm not. I did it once. It didn't work well.
No.
Barb has done it for the last 3 years. Do you
I've
think
done
you'll do
once.
it? Yeah. So Barb likes doing it.
I do. Fun.
You will have to send it out. And again, this will be in your
Sometimes I get a
email.
bag because I don't make
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
Lord knows what you're
You
gonna get
do
from
make
me.
bags, but it's always when you're sending them away for something else. You're
Yeah,
never making them
exactly.
for you.
No,
That's the funny
no.
thing. You will have to ship your item with tracking by December 4th. So that means you have 2 solid months that you can do this. The other thing that I am going to ask you for, aside from being genuinely beautiful, kind people to each other, please don't sign up for this if you know that you're not the
Yeah.
person that follows through. If you know that that's just something that you're like, I always sign up for these things and I never do them, please don't do that, because what that does is it puts obligation on myself, or sometimes I do have an angel. That's literally what they're called, but also the angel one year was Charlie. So,
Mhm.
I will sometimes have an angel that will come in at the last minute and make an item. That also means that that person didn't get to personally make it for you because it was a last minute thing,
Mhm.
and it kind of stinks for all of us. So, if you're just really bad at following through, this is not for you. Please don't disappoint somebody and put more work on myself and
Yeah.
anyone else. That being said, life happens. We all know that. Life happens when we least expect it. So if something happens to you, you don't have to tell me what. You don't have to tell me what tragedy happened. You don't have to explain yourself. One very quick email that just says, I cannot do by swap. End of story. I will not ask any further questions. End of discussion. I did get an email last year from somebody who unfortunately was very sick. I offered to help her out and she said, no, absolutely not. I'm going to do it. I'm just letting you know I might be a little bit late. And she got her swap done. That is, I understand. I will never be mad about something happening, but you have to just tell me. Just let me know real quick. I can't do the swap. I understand, and I hope the best for all of us, and I hope none of us are in that situation. We had 1 year, one person who just ghosted all of us.
Yeah.
I still hope for the best for her. I don't know if something tragic happened. I don't know. I cannot get a hold of her. I tried. I don't know what happened. And it just kind of fell apart. Other than that, I have to say we have a pretty good
Yeah.
record. We have a really good record of people like actually, following
Following
through,
through, yeah.
posting, making amazing things, forming friendships. So it's a really fun thing. And it was just one of those, like, literally, I woke up one day and I was like, is that a stupid idea? I was like, oh, let's see what
No.
they think.
Mm-mm.
And you guys love it. So, did I cover everything? I feel like I did.
I think
I'm
so.
going to give you a second in case there's any questions. And we love to have new people, and we love to have the people
Oh,
that
yeah.
have done it.
Mhm.
I mean, I was impressed when we had 40 people last year.
Yeah, it was
And I
great.
know that probably, like, I was in a swap once on Instagram, which I'll never do again. There was like 300 people,
Oh
and I
my
was like,
gosh.
nope.
God.
Like,
300.
this is insane. That's when I start to pull my hair out. But like 40 people that wanted to do something nice for someone else, I was like, this is fun. I
Mhm.
love this. So I'm going to just take a sip. Any
Take a sip.
questions?
Take a sip. No. No questions. Shelly does plan on coming up for a class or a retreat.
Yes.
Just has
Awesome.
to figure out the timing. Make sure it's in the middle of the winter, Shelly. It's really snowy here in Broad Alton in the winter.
Yes. So, hey, Brittany. Yes, I just saw the question from Quilting with Helen. I sent an email to you. Yes, you will not know who your partner is until the end. So the
Yeah.
email comes to me. Okay. There's 2 email addresses for us. It doesn't matter which one you use, as long as it's in an inbox. There's the email address that's on the homepage of the website. And then there is my email address, which is jessica@somanycreationsny.com. I prefer that one, but if you click on the wrong one, it doesn't matter. Barb doesn't care. She checks that one more than I do,
Yeah.
but she can forward it to me. I
Right.
just need one cohesive email from you. That's it. And have fun with it. Like, this is a great time to, not only get to know somebody else, but like maybe you kind of know them online and you're
Mhm.
like, oh, this is like,
Yeah,
I know her.
yeah.
Oh, and I don't know if you remember this. This happened last year. our open house, which is next on the agenda, our open house, two of the swap buddies were standing in line next to each other. They had never met before. They knew each other's names from online, and they were like, oh, okay, we both live in New York and in the same area. They just sat there and chatted, and all of a sudden one of them went, that's my swap. She doesn't know. And I was like, and look at that. You got like
Yeah,
one-on-one
exactly.
conversation. It was Sue and Sarah. And
Uh-huh.
then you got this conversation that like you got to know her a little bit better and you had no idea because she was like, oh my God, like that's her. And she was so excited. You never know who you will meet. And like I said before, Shelly, I think Joe made for Shelly. I forget what order
I
it
made
was.
for Shelley. Oh yeah, in the beginning,
In
Joe
the-
made for Shelley, I think the first time.
Yes. And so when Shelly came to our in-person retreat,
Right.
like a couple years after that or year after that, she was like, Joe Evans, I know you because I
Yeah.
made your stuff. And I was like, see, you already were friends before you even like
Exactly.
knew it. And
Yeah.
it's just super fun. So, and you just never know. And please stop thinking that your sewing skills are not
Oh
good.
gosh.
Like
yeah.
I have never seen anyone post something and went, that's terrible. Like none of you're critical of yourselves the way that we all are.
Mhm.
We all are. It's just kind of our
We are.
nature. So don't, if you want to do it and that's your hesitation, don't hesitate. If you want to do it and you just don't have a big budget, it's fine. You have to
Yeah,
pay
you
for
don't-
tracking. You can pull stuff from your own inventory. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. One item is it. And we're all kind and wonderful people.
Mhm.
Okay. So, did I cover everything?
I think so.
Was that everything? Okay.
I do believe so.
All right. I'm in the
to
Georgia
Georgia
mountains.
Mountains,
I need all the friends I can get. Listen, I understand. That is why I'm sorry to all the other sewing communities, but the bag making community, it's the best one because like we all want to be friends with everybody. Like we're all super excited about stuff. So this is an interaction that happened literally like an hour ago. Person I don't know commented on a thread on So Magical and was like asking Lauren are you bringing something? And she was like, I also am like really into cork right now. Lauren tags me and is like, Jessica will always, she always brings lots of cork. So then I start talking to her and I'm like, I have cork. And she's like, I want this. And I was like, I have that. So like, we just all, it's not like, oh God, another thing to respond to. We're all so excited about like being friends with each other. And it's a positive community. And if you've joined my Facebook group, you know that I don't deal with the bullying and the BS.
Mm-mm.
Like you're out. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't condone it. I'm not here for it. So if you need a safe, happy place to be, that is it. Or just hang out here with us if you're not on Facebook. I understand Facebook is kind of an armpit. So I get it. I totally understand. So, okay. Now, one more thing, kind of on that little tangent, and then we're just talk real quick about the open house. If any of you are in the Facebook group, you probably saw a post the other day from Nicole. I call her Nicole Broccoli because I cannot pronounce her last name, and she told me it was okay. I also, Nicole, if you're watching, I don't know how to properly pronounce your business name, and my head just keeps saying Kippy Pippy, and I know that that's not it. There's extra letters in there, and I'm having a hard time. Pronunciation is not Jessica's number one. Okay, so Kippy Pippy. I know that's wrong. Look it up and you'll be just as
What
confused
is
as
it?
me. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. It has a lot
How
of
can I
K's
look
and
it up
P's.
if I don't know?
You will look up Nicole on Facebook. Not right now.
Where the-
So Nicole posted an olive the other day and she went like 80s superstar, like it had this like vibe to it. She didn't cut a curved flap. She cut like an angle. You saw that? It
I
was like
think I
black
did,
and
yeah.
hot pink.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to ever like
Modify.
go off key. Go do whatever you want. Modify. That's a good word. Just
Thank you.
go crazy. Like I've said this, I say it all the time.
Mhm.
Sewing patterns of any kind, not just bags. I mean, that's what we specialize in, but not just bags. They're meant to be adapted. If you are a rule follower and a pattern reader and you want to be told every step of the way and that makes you feel comfortable, do it. That's fine. That's why we write patterns that include all the information. If you're like, listen, I like to do my handles a different way. I like to do my pockets, on the back instead of the front. I like to do my flaps like this. Do it. It's fun. Like that, you have the right to break the rules. And on the same exact pattern, which is just kind of funny. Nicole made her olive with a funky flap, and I think her zipper pocket was on the back too. Darlene was here during our 2-day class. She made one without the flap because she didn't want the flap on it. You have the right to mess around with the patterns and do whatever you want. Be creative. Be as creative as you want to be. I just sometimes, I get questions a lot, and I do kind of giggle a little bit, but I also I see the person in my head when they're writing me, and they're like, I like this pattern, but I don't want a zippered pocket on the front. I want it on the back. Am I allowed to do that? And I know that they are the rule followers, and they're reading the
Yeah.
pattern. They're like, the pattern says the front though, but I kind of want it on the back. Sometimes I know you're asking, like, structurally, am I allowed to do that? And the answer most of the time is yes. Most of the time, moving something or removing or adapting something isn't changing it. But sometimes I know you just need someone to say, yes, it's okay to do that. It's okay to make your own decisions. And it is. People make my patterns with vinyl. I make them in cork.
Mhm.
People use, they embroider things. They make,
Yeah.
whatever. They use a number 3 zipper instead of a number 5. Go crazy. Like, go wild. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy bag making. Don't make it into something that is like miserable for you. It should be fun. You should be having a
Mhm.
great time with it. If you're not, pick a different hobby. That's okay too. Like, it's totally fine if you want to just leave and say, yeah, it's not for me. So I just, sometimes people need to be told that. Like,
That's true.
it's okay if it's okay if you want to make it exactly the way the pattern says,
Yeah.
and it's okay if you don't. And the best example is Shelly, who can't make one of my kits the way I mail it to her. And we pick on her about it, but it's because the creativeness in her head won't allow her to do it. She's like, this is pretty, but nope, this is going to be
Yep.
better. And she pulls and she picks and chooses. And we were teasing her the other day because she got her surprise kits. And she goes, I'm not going to make them the way you
Yes.
said. And I was like, I know that because I expect that from you. Cheryl Taylor always makes her handles in a different style because it's the style that she likes, and she sells her bags, and that makes a difference sometimes too. I'm writing a pattern to cover a broad amount of people, to try to cover as many people as possible, but it doesn't mean you can't change it up. It
Mhm.
doesn't mean you have to, I'm going to be hurt. People have emailed me that too. I hope you're not upset. And I was
I
like,
know. It's like,
I modified your pattern. And it's like, oh, you're not mad. I'm like, no, I'm not mad. Like, I don't care. That just means that I taught you a skill and you feel comfortable with yourself to, like, enhance that.
Mhm.
That means more to me than anything else, because I'm like, oh, I taught you things. That's exciting, and I like that. So
It is.
it
It's
is.
cool.
It's very exciting. And I cannot believe, I thought this was going to be like a half hour.
Oh, we're going on an hour. Woohoo.
So, which is normal for us, but I did not think today
Exactly.
would be. So, last but not least, our open house. And this only applies to people that are in the New York area or want to come to New York. So
Yeah.
if you're in California and you don't want to come here, I understand. You can stop listening now if you want.
Mhm.
So we're having our second annual open
Second
house.
annual open
We have
house.
been here for over a year,
Yeah.
which blows my mind. I still have not fully unpacked, which does not surprise me at all.
I still can't find things.
There's
And all
still
those little
bins out
D-rings,
there.
all those little D-rings that went down the
All those
the
little
vent.
that just kind of like, yeah.
Well, a lot of them went down the vent.
Yeah, they're in the
floor.
basement now. I
Yeah.
don't know. There are still things that are not unpacked. There are still things that I haven't finished. Like, there were things I wanted to paint.
Yeah.
What are you gonna
Yeah,
do?
whatever.
But I think from last year to this year, I think things do look different
Oh,
because we
yeah.
have our classroom set up. My husband has gone berserk with lights.
Yeah.
The lighting has changed.
We've
So
got
there's
more shelving.
we've got more shelving. So things have definitely changed. So if you were here last year and you come again, if you haven't been in the meantime, things have changed on a positive note.
Mhm.
And so we are having our second annual open house. The dates have been on the website for a while now, but we finally picked times and updated it.
Uh-huh.
So it is Friday the 13th, Friday, October 13th, from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., and Saturday the 14th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You are welcome to chat, shop, hang out, touch things, look at all the things, do whatever you want, see the samples, take pictures. It's just, It's just like a little party. We're just having a little
Yeah.
party because we're excited. We always have snacks because we like
Mhm.
snacks. And I think this year we might do some little schmivaways. You know, we don't say that nasty word on here. Like some little raffles or something. I just do
That will be
something a little
cool.
different, you know, something a
Yeah.
little raffle
Mhm.
tickety kind of vibe going on.
There you go.
Barb will be here because she always is, and Christy will be here helping us out. So if you want to purchase something, you want a kit put together, you just want to hang out and say, "Hey, I just wanted to come," you are welcome to. My address, I'm not going to blurt out on YouTube. Sorry. However, it is on our website. If you go to the in person class page, scroll all the way down,
Mhm.
the address is there. You put it in your GPS, you'll have no problem finding us. We still don't have signs up. There's a whole lot of reasons for that. We're not getting signs,
Mhm.
but I'm going to try to get some balloons, or at
Oh, that's a
least
good
something.
idea. Yeah.
The building has changed colors. It is now taupe. It's not green
Yep.
anymore, but it hasn't moved. It's still on the corner. So we're
Mhm.
not hard to find. You'll see the parking lot full of cars, and you know, we'll get some balloons and have some snacks and
There you go.
hang out. So we'll be here, and you're welcome to come. Anybody's welcome to come. We did have some visitors. We had some people from Massachusetts last year. We had some people from Connecticut last year. Katie came out, and
Jersey.
hmm,
Jersey.
and Jersey,
Julia said they're
and
coming again.
yep, Western New York.
Mhm.
So we definitely had a little variety.
Yeah.
If you want to stay in the area, there's also hotel recommendations just on there if you wanted to stay overnight, just to let you know. I think
Fabio
that's it.
wants to know the address.
Fabio, is
Yeah.
Fabio back?
No, Shelly said Fabio contacted her and wants to know the address.
Shelly. Oh, girl, I'm gonna have to block you if you keep messing around. All right, there is no more Fabio. He's gone. We got rid of him. We don't want him back. I did say Schmiv away, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
but
really.
there's no Fabio. I
Shelly,
love you,
don't share the
Shelly. I
address.
love you. Yeah, I'm not gonna put my address on YouTube. I'm like, you know
Oh
what?
Lord, no.
20,000 subscribers and
Yeah.
a bunch of randos that I don't, that could show up,
Yeah, no.
or having to find my website and go there and find it. I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it there. There may be an appearance from the one and only Mr.
Yes.
Vandenberg. I'm working on it. But other than that, I think that's it. It's just a little party, and
Mhm.
we eat snacks and we talk and we just do whatever. And you have free reign. You can go look at all the stuff and and do whatever you want to do. So I think that's it. That was all my things. I
think
got them all
so.
done.
Yeah.
And I'm going to save this post-it note. So I see I already have mail notifications. So that means there is an
There you
email in
go.
there that's like, I want to be part of the holiday swap. So don't forget, one email, all the info, please. I don't want to chase you down because it's just not that much fun. So
Well, you know so much about me, you can just send the email myself.
I can just send it for Barb. I'll be like, here
I
you
don't
go.
need to send you an email. You know more than I do.
So you have 2 weeks for that. Next week, we will not be live on Friday because I will be in Florida, but you will see me. And Barb is still here shipping orders, so
Mhm.
don't be all panicky. I'm
Nope.
leaving, but that means nothing. She's the one that does all the orders anyway. Me being here means nothing. So not to the orders, it doesn't. I mean, come
No,
on.
it doesn't. You're right.
Your
It
order
doesn't.
your order will still ship. And other than that, I think we're done.
I think so.
Okay, there were no more questions, right?
Nope.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
awesome. Are you ending?
I'm gonna try.
We're gonna hope for the best.
She's not tripping over, knocking anything over. How do I do this? The little X.
The little X, and
Bye,
then
guys.
bye.
Have a great weekend.